On the morning of June 28, 1914, a single gunshot echoed through the streets of Sarajevo. Within 6 weeks, Europe was at war. Within 4 years, more than 16 million people would be dead. The assassin was a 19-year-old student. The victim was the heir to one of Europe's most powerful empires. The man who died that day was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He was visiting Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina, a territory Austria-Hungary had formally annexed in 1908. Many local Slavs resented foreign rule. Tension was already high. Franz Ferdinand arrived with his wife, Duchess Sophie of Hohenberg. It was their wedding anniversary. The visit was meant to show imperial strength. Instead, it exposed imperial weakness. A group of young Bosnian Serb nationalists had planned an assassination. They were supported by members of a secret Serbian organization known as the Black Hand. Their goal was political, not personal. They wanted to weaken Austria-Hungary and promote South Slavic independence. Among the conspirators were Gavrilo Princip, Nedeljko Čabrinović, and Trifko Grabej. All were under 25. They positioned themselves along the Archduke's motorcade route through Sarajevo. Each carried a weapon. Each waited for the moment. The first attempt failed. As the motorcade passed, Čabrinović threw a grenade. It bounced off the Archduke's car and exploded behind it, injuring several officers and bystanders. Franz Ferdinand was unharmed. Čabrinović swallowed poison and jumped into the river. The poison failed. The river was shallow. He was arrested. The Archduke continued to the city hall. He was angry but composed. After the ceremony, he decided to visit the wounded officers in the hospital. That decision changed history. The route was altered, but the driver was not informed. As the car turned onto the wrong street, it slowed to reverse. Standing only a few feet away was Gavrilo Princip. By chance, he was there. He raised his pistol. At 10:45 a.m., Princip fired 2 shots. One struck Franz Ferdinand in the neck. The other hit Sophie in the abdomen. Within minutes, both were dead. The assassin was immediately arrested. Because he was under 20, he could not be executed under Austro-Hungarian law. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison, where he would die of tuberculosis in 1918, before the war even ended. The assassination shocked Europe, but it did not automatically cause war. What followed was a chain reaction of decisions, alliances, and ultimatums. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia, believing the conspiracy had support from Serbian officials. With backing from Germany, Austria-Hungary issued an ultimatum to Serbia on 23 July 1914. The demands were deliberately harsh. Serbia accepted most of them, but not all. That was enough. On 28 July 1914, exactly 1 month after the assassination, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Russia mobilized to defend Serbia. Germany declared war on Russia on August 1st. Germany declared war on France on August 3rd. German troops invaded Belgium. Britain declared war on Germany on August 4th, 1914. What began as a regional crisis became a global war. The alliances dragged empires into conflict. Germany and Austria-Hungary on one side, Britain, France, and Russia on the other. World War I had begun. The war introduced industrialized killing on a massive scale. Trench warfare, machine guns, poison gas, artillery barrages that lasted for days, entire villages erased, a generation lost. By the time the war ended in 1918, 4 empires had collapsed: the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the German Empire, the Russian Empire. Borders were redrawn. New nations were created. Old resentments hardened. And it all traced back to that morning in Sarajevo. Ironically, Franz Ferdinand himself was not a warmonger. He supported reforms within the empire and opposed war with Serbia. The man whose death triggered the conflict might have worked to prevent it. History did not turn on a single bullet. It turned on fear, on nationalism, on rigid alliances and rushed decisions. The assassination did not make war inevitable, but it made peace impossible. One wrong turn, 2 gunshots, and a world was set on fire.